on Black Widow. Up, no, I'm just going to basically yank her out of the box, compare her to some other figures, and then continue on. I should have another video tonight as well. This is just a quick one because this box has been sitting on my table for far too long, and it's time to break her out of her plastic casket here. So, whoop. I'm not going to skip the ad. All right, the chat seems to be working. Now, I know there's nobody really on here, but you guys can watch it all later. So here's the Black Widow figure I got. Kind of cool. I got her mostly because of her head, so I can use it for a custom for something else maybe someday. And here's some other figures in the line. See, there is Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Actually, you know what? That's a different Spider-Man, but still really cool. Anyway, I did get my son this cool Captain America, though. I gave it to him for Christmas one year. I think I gave my other son one of the other ones. I think it was either Wolverine or Iron Man. I don't remember. But anyway, what's cool about this box is it's actually two pieces of cardboard stuck together. So if you're careful, you can get this bubble out of there without causing any damage. So you could put it back in later. So let's see how skilled I am at getting this out of there without causing too much damage. Well, you know what? I can just separate it like that. I don't even have to take the bubble out. Which means resealability is perfect on this because you can just put that right back together with some glue. Bada bing, bada boom. No one would be the wiser. But I'm not going to do that because the idea is to save space in my environment here. So I'm going to end up tossing the box anyway. So here is her bio. Natasha Romanoff uses her fearsome fighting technique for good as Black Widow. And then it has other languages saying the exact same thing. All right. So there you go. I think it's funny if you've seen the Black Widow movie that she kept the name Black Widow, being there were so many widows. And that was just kind of weird because it's like, if that was such a negative thing of her being a Black Widow, why would she keep the name for her superhero name? Which seems kind of odd. But anyway, there she is. And she has ankle articulation. She has double jointed knees. She has an upper thigh cut. She has rotation in her, upper area of her leg. And she doesn't have a waist, but she does have an under the chest articulation. And then she has elbow or shoulder articulation. Elbow articulation. I love these elbows. I wish all the figures had these elbows like this. This is the coolest. And then, of course, she has wrist articulation. And these things rotate a little bit because they're loose, which is cool. Because then technically you could pull the hands off and remove these. Which is kind of a cool feature because she didn't always wear them in the movie. She comes with a little handheld pistol. I guess it's not a pistol. A little handheld gun. I guess it's made to go in this hand. I guess she's a left-handed trigger person. And you can see her fingers set up to use it for the left hand. Now, it's always kind of wondering how this works, because if these things are rockets or something or somehow shoot off or power, wouldn't they hit her hands? And you'd have to almost bend your wrist and only have the top one shoot. And then rotate around to the next one and so on. It's really the only way it could work. Otherwise, she'd be frying her hands all the time. And I always thought that with the Micronauts with Baron Karza and Force Commander, they had the bumps on the sides, which would also be blasters. But really, that's really the only way it could work, is her doing a wrist bend. Actually, does her wrist bend? Oh, it bends this way. Oh, it does like the sword aloft movement like He-Man. That's funny. So she could hold the sword aloft. Look at that. So I guess she'd have to bend her wrist this way for it to work. And this wrist goes back and forth. How funny is that? So it's almost like that one He-Man figure we got a long time ago where the right hand goes up and down, the left hand goes back and forth. So she can hold the sword of He. Let's go ahead and have her do that position. Let's get our sword to hold on to. All right, He-Man, you got to give up one of your swords. Is her hand open? I'm going to choose a different sword. That sword's got a big handle. This would probably work the best, but we'll get our He-Man's half sword. Oh, this is the one I put it together and spray painted it silver. That's funny. Okay, we'll give her this 2 half swords put together. Open your hand, Natasha. There we go. Look at that. She has the power. I have the power. Yes, I'm not very good at female voices. That is hilarious. I did not realize they gave her a hand like that. Anyway, so there she is. Let's compare her height-wise to other figures in the line. So here she is next to Spooderman. Spooderman. And here's Mary Jane. So you can see the height difference. There's the cat lady. Oh. Here's the green lady. Oh. Oh, I gotta have her stand straight, otherwise she shows off too much booty. There we go. Hey, Fallen Jedi 1, thanks for being here. Spiker, thanks for being here. Chris Topher, thanks for being here. And of course, Black Cat. Dun, dun, dun. It was funny. When I was a teenager, I drew my girlfriend at the time and made her look like Black Cat. It was pretty cool. Which now she's my wife. I actually ended up marrying the same girl I drew the picture of. But it was kind of funny. I said, hey, this is a picture of you. And she's got some massive hips on her. It's like I don't know if they're supposed to be that hippie or if they just, way they designed her, or her hips stick out. Because Natasha doesn't have the same wide hip issue. Interesting. The Spider-Man doesn't even have the same wide hip issue. Anyway, yeah, well, let's compare her next to the Origins line. So she would be quite tall compared to or I guess maybe not too tall. Let's pull out Teela. Teela. Do I not have a Teela available? Oh, I have this Teela, but that's not quite what I was looking for. I should have brought some hot water in here so I could pull her head off and stick it on Teela's body. That'd been kind of cool. Of course, I'd want the actual Teela body. Of course, the White Sorceress is a lot lighter in color. That's actually a better match. Interesting. Anyway, here's the height difference. So she is taller, but the head is about the right size compared to the Origins. Maybe a little bit bigger. Anyway. Hey, Jinx Caliber, thanks for joining us. Seth, thanks for being here. I'm going to go ahead and kill this video. Just a really short video just to open up that Natasha Black Widow figure so I can get rid of the box. Because it's been sitting on my desk for a while and I could stick her on my shelf with all my Spider-Man figures. And again, it's double cardboarded so you can actually get this open and rebox the figure really easily and not have any rips or anything else if you wanted to. But again, I'm not going to do that because the purpose for opening this box was to make room. Because I'm still cleaning. But things are getting a lot cleaner in here than they used to be. So there you go. All right. Anyway, longer video later. Talk to you guys soon. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. I always with all these figures all bent over. Especially would have made her a lighter orange. That'd been cool if they made her a little bit more tan and less orange. So she matches the comic better. But I know I digress. I still have not painted Spider-Man's insides blue. Look at that. They're still red. Still slacking on that. Someday. All right. See you guys a little bit later. Bye now.